scars that took the fragments. They've got turrets all around here. Big scar. Try not to die. That finishes things here.
No more fragments.
I'm afraid that wasn't the end. The Arcanists start using beacons to collect Shaper Relic data. Can you fly out there and activate the beacons?
Got it.
There's the first beacon. An outlaw's here to scrap it. Fight them off, then activate the beacon. this beacon. Go activate it.
Will do.
Dominion spies trying to steal a Shaper fragment from a research site. Take it back.
Got it.
There's the site, but it seems a Dominion spy took off. Look for any clues on where they went.
I'll see what's here.
Nothing helpful in the crate. These poor Arcanists. Well, I don't think we can learn anything here.
Here's something.
I see a note about Dominion sightings inside the tent. Head in that direction. Maybe the spy fled there. There's the Dominion. Fight them long enough and I bet that spy will show. You did it! There's that Dominion spy with a Shaper fragment. And they're being guarded by a Fury. Yeah, that Fury's history. That's everything. Nice work out there today. You've got the Sentinel's gratitude.
Hi there, Mom.
Can't sleep, huh? I get insomnia too. I thought it would get better with you back, but still wide awake.
You okay?
Just thinking. I used to sketch you and imagine the conversations we'd have when you returned, Kyla.
How did it go?
I never knew where to start. How did it happen? When? How long were you out there? Were you hurt? Did the anthem bring you back?
I don't think the anthem has anything to do with this.
Of course it does. Everything in this world happens because of the anthem. And that includes you. So what did you see out there in the world?
Everywhere I went, there was an adventure. Saw all kinds of incredible things. Silenced lots of relics.
Just like you dreamed as a little boy.
The life of a freelancer.
Must have been so exciting. And from the looks of it, full of good food. You've put on a few pounds since I last saw you.
Hey!
I'm your mother. I get to be honest with you. Now, you be honest with me. Why didn't you come back sooner? Why make me wait all those years?
I was busy being a freelancer. fighting the Dominion, saving people. Time flew. I didn't realize it.
Did you ask for a raise? That's too much for one freelancer. You could have been hurt.
Well, I'm careful.
I was thinking you'd gotten married, settled down. Didn't want them to meet your crazy mother, though I hoped you would someday. But when you got hurt,
Hurt? When?
there was nothing I could do. Your father and I, we... Forget it. It's nothing. The anthem brought you back, and that's all that matters. Now, I'm tired. Let's talk another time.
Hope you feel better.
You're telling me they follow the old ones?
Yeah,
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but they seem pretty inspired by it. People who think they're guided by a higher power are dangerous. Working tomorrow?
Not today.
Freelancer, freelancer, run away fast. The shapers know your mind, they'll be on you fast. We're not poets, speak plainly. Plainly, Halleck and the others, and the Cypher Woman are on a fool's errand.
Leighton, how are things?
Do we know each other?
I'm a freelancer. We spoke before. You told me you defected from...
Of course, of course. I'm sorry, I remember now. My wife wants me to make new friends. Not doing a good job of it, am I?
You okay?
I don't think so. No, there's a fog. Too much time thinking about the past.
It might help if you talk about it instead.
I was a different man back then. Your opinion of me, it will change.
Whatever happened, it's probably worse in your mind than it actually was.
I wish that were true. For some things, there's no fog. It's all too clear.
Let's hear it.
I was a Dominion cipher, a surveillance tool of the state directed against our own people. I tracked their movements, their plans, their sedition. I was very good at this. I was the unseen hand keeping the flock in line. When I caught one straying, they died. Many strayed.
That couldn't have been easy.
Easier than what came next. I also had physical talents, strength, agility, marksmanship. The Dominion put these to use. I was sent abroad on missions. I hunted enemy ciphers, then mentally tortured them to extract information. They begged me to end their agony, which I did, putting a bullet in the source of their pain, their skull. There were so many of them, I lost track. So, what do you think of me now, freelancer?
I'll give you credit for being honest. That was some seriously unvarnished truth.
A truth that I can't seem to reconcile with myself. I did those things.
I can see why your wife is concerned about you.
More than anything, I want to be the man she thinks I can be. The other day, I helped a woman and her boy churn some butter. It was simple. It was real. It's the life I want.
What's holding you back?
The memories don't just vanish.
Your wife mentioned that you've been talking to yourself.
The curse of being a cipher. It's all a jumble. A single word could lead to a memory, and then another I thought I'd forgotten. When I'm thinking, I don't realize it's out loud sometimes.
What's bothering you?
A name. A woman. Aurora. It keeps repeating. She was... Damn headache. I can't remember.
It's okay, if it's too painful.
Aurora is expendable. Collateral damage is acceptable. The state has decided. The state has decreed.
What?
I don't know. It's a memory. I don't know who she was or what I did, but I can feel it.
Whatever happened with her, it's behind you. Leave it there.
But not the sense of it, that I did something terrible.
Maybe you did, but you're here now. Trying to be a better man than the one you remember.
What if that man won't let me?
Talk to your wife. Nadira could help. She's worried about you.
No, the shame. Not until I understand this. I need some time to think.
I understand.
Hey, you know how Karila had that package and then I accidentally killed that guy and you told me to go to the authorities?
Yeah?
So I told the Sentinels everything, and at first, they were not super understanding. Their commander, Vul, thought I was some kind of vicious killer, but after interrogating me, he finally realized I wasn't. I'm in the clear now, but they'd sure like to speak with Karila.
I'll bet they would. Did you give them the package?
I sure did. That thing caused a lot of trouble.
Did you ever find out what was inside?
It was Ember.
The package was filled with Ember?
Must have been worth a lot of money. Crazy what people do for Ember, huh? I just hope Karila will be okay.
I don't know. She was mixed up with some bad people.
I'm sure gonna miss her, but I won't miss all the action. Although, this experience might be good for my acting.
Maybe. Who knows?
Can I get you something?
You know it. We're really gonna build our own Javelin of Dawn? You think we can pull this off?
What I say about looking too far ahead. Focus on the here and now. Right now, we need materials and information. That means we need connections.
Corvus gave me this job. Can't they help us out?
When was the last time a government agency got anything done fast?
Point taken. So, connections. Who do we need?
Arcanists are the obvious one. Weird and impossible are their specialties.
I already have an Arcanist contact, Matthias Sumner. I'll see what he can do for us.
Good. Next is the Sentinels. They've got javelins, parts, and contacts in Anthem. Fortunately, there's a Sentinel Dax who's been looking for you. She's supposed to be a bigwig of some sort. Might be just what we need.
Huh. What's an important Sentinel want with me?
Worth finding out, right? Meanwhile, there's plenty of other stuff you can find for the shield.
What do we need?
We need materials, and they're not easy to get. Faye gave me a list. We need some kind of metal that's only found inside the heart of a Titan.
Have to hunt down a Titan? You weren't kidding about the not easy part.
Scars are always scavenging around Shaper ruins. They might have found our metal too.
Your run-of-the-mill Scar won't have a Titan heart stashed away.
This car I might. Maybe Luminary, if you can find one. Don't know if that's worse than Titan hunting, really.
Great. So I'll either go hunt a Titan or just ask a Luminary very politely for it. No problem.
Hey, we got this. Just do one thing at a time, yeah? So you impressed yet? The tomb of General Tarsus, making our own Javelin of Dawn?
You and Faye are a good team.
See what you miss when you leave the family?
I'm betting it was more Faye than you.
The brains, maybe, but someone had to keep the Strider going, defend us in the wilds.
Does that mean you're still flying a Javelin?
Well, as soon as I get my suit in shape. Just needs a little more work.
Oh, so...
You can't rush these things. What, do you think General Tarsus charged into battle without checking her equipment?
Good point. Thought maybe your leg was acting up.
That? Disagreement with a giant aneurysm over who was dinner. He snapped my knee, I boiled him with butter. This an inspection?
Believe it or not, I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Now you sound like Faye. I'll tell you what I told her. Old Halleck has some dings, but I'm a freelancer to my grave.
Legion of Dawn to the core?
You know it. If General Tarsus could fight a chimera for 3 days on a mountaintop in a lightning storm, I can manage a creaky knee.
Later, Halleck.
Freelancer in the bar.
The freelancer that survived the Heart of Rage? I thought you'd be...
What?
I thought you'd be bigger. Hey! Thief! One sec. Go! I was 3 steps away, Carney. You had no chance. I got this! Everything's fine. Hey!
We can do this later.
My aunt disappeared in the jungle.
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't find missing
It
people.
was 10 years ago. She's dead now.
I don't find missing corpses either.
That's not what I'm after. Ever heard of the Emerald Abyss? A jungle region where dozens of people have vanished, including my aunt, a royal cartographer, gone without a trace.
A royal cartographer?
Not just any, the best. Beautiful. My aunt left a journal. She was onto something big. No. Legend has it, the first time anyone vanished in the Emerald Abyss was the same day the Heart of Rage appeared.
That's why I'm here.
Right. That time you went into the Heart, yeah, an entire merchant caravan was never heard from again.
My lady.
My aunt's journal proves there's a connection between the Heart of Rage and the Emerald Abyss. One of the world's biggest mysteries just waiting for us to solve. So, you in?
I need to see that journal.
Sentinel Dax!
Damn it. Don't go anywhere. Commander!
What is going on here?
Keeping the streets safe, sir. Notice this undesirable entering the premises. Stole that citizen's bag.
That is not your job. You file reports. At your desk, you... It's no matter. Your family has ordered you home.
To Anthem?
Immediately.
Beautiful.
Come with me. Now!
I'll contact your cipher. We'll set up a meet, explain everything, okay?
There she goes. Lady Adaxia Mirava Ladell. Third in line for the throne of Anthem. A glorious sight.
What? You mean Dax?
Of course. Lady Adaxia is the most eligible unmarried woman in the world. She will be mine.
Freelancer, good to see you.
Heard you passed the trials of the Legion of Dawn, then lost the General's Javelin. That's standardized testing for you.
If Dax is third in line for the throne, what's she doing with the Sentinels?
I abhor gossip, but Her family forced her to join. Something about learning discipline?
Good training for a future empress.
Yes, well, she could be a little more diligent in her lessons, but all the more reason she'll need someone reliable at her side.
And you're volunteering.
I made the journey in person to show commitment. I hope she appreciates my sacrifice.
I'm sure you'll be, duly rewarded.
I better. None of her other suitors braved this backwater.
Yes, you are very brave.
Sarcasm. How very lower class. Good day to you.
How'd it go with Sentinel Dax?
You could have told me I was meeting royalty.
Ha! Where's the fun in that?
Dax gave us a location outside the walls. Meet her there when you're ready.
What have you been up to?
You'll love it. Okay, it's called the Manifold. Well, technically I call it the Manifold.
And it does what exactly?
For years, I'd heard of a type of Shaper relic that was able to amplify and augment the qualities of other objects. Never encountered one, never knew anyone that had, but thanks to the Elysian manuscript, I think I know where one is. Right here in Bastion.
And you think it'll amplify and augment the power of my javelin?
Precisely. Excited yet? Not to worry. Once we find the Manifold, get it working, you will be. Guaranteed. First, the Manifold. Then, we boost your javelin. You silence the Heart of Rage, and boom. Everyone lives happily ever after.
It's a little more complicated than that.
Details. I've sent all the particulars of the location to Faye. I can't wait. Heard Tassin mumbling about the Dominion? Did you know I once hid in a mound of rotting fungus to avoid one of their patrols?
Got a wrench?
Alerts about Scar activity keep coming in. Be careful.
So are we there yet? What do you think? Sorry, I can't help it. I could be the first Arcanist in years to discover one of these. I've been jotting down potential applications of the manifold and...
So how about you focus on that? Quietly. Can't get further in. Door's locked. But we found an odd-looking device of some kind. Doesn't look like something the Shapers made. I don't read anything from it. Are you hearing that? Who is that?
Dominion. I should have guessed.
I've heard they possess a device that can overwhelm Shaper constructs.
The strange box.
Could we use it?
You have to know how to activate it.
There's a Dominion camp close by. Perhaps we'll find a clue there.
Why are the Dominion here? How could they know about... Oh,
What did you do?
I, sent a message to a colleague at the Academy about what I found.
It was intercepted, then. Good work. Let's figure out what the Dominion know about the ruin and the manifold.
I'll look around for clues.
signets, but we need to get rid of the Dominion security around it. I'll get this decrypted as quickly as possible.
One signet. Now find the other.
Sending you the location of another Dominion camp.
There's security on this one too?
I'm starting the decryption.
The signets. Let's hope this works.
One way to find out. Head back to the ruin and try to open that door. There's probably Dominion in here. The 3 Dominion soldiers that were locked in this chamber were behaving strangely. They seemed confused. But enough about that. We should move on and figure out how to get the manifold. Found the manifold, but it's protected by some kind of barrier.
It's linked to the entire Shaper structure. For some purpose. You must break the link before the manifold can be removed. As you can, the manifold is fragile.
And dangerous?
Probably that too.
Got it. On my way back.
I can't believe it. We did it. See you soon.
Hey, Mom.
Hello. I went looking for your father's ashes so we could spread them. They weren't there.
Doesn't mean we can't still have a memorial for him.
It's the strangest thing. The vase was gone. Someone must have stolen it.
I'm sure it will turn up.
I hope so. As your father. It's all I have left of him. And yet,
Is something wrong?
remembering your dad, something about all this doesn't feel right.
This may sound weird, but I need you to trust me. This could be a good sign.
That I have a knack for losing stuff.
That you're realizing, well, what you thought was true isn't.
A vase?
Why is it so important?
Your dad, of course. He died. But I already knew that.
How did he die?
A broken heart. Losing you.
But what does that mean?
What do you think? You were our son. That day when you... No, please.
This is important. How did you lose me?
There's a memory. You were hurt.
I know it hurts, but I think you're in denial. Remembering what really happened could help.
I don't know if I can do this.
You can. You're strong. What happened?
It was a warm day. Freemark was hot that time of year. You were playing with your father, pretending you were a javelin pilot. He was roaring like an Ursix, chasing you. You were so young. Your little legs scampering around, so happy. But then...
It's okay.
The sirens started. Gunfire was everywhere. Someone shouted, "The Dominion are here." Then the explosions. I heard you scream. Ran over. Your father was bleeding, but you were under the rubble. Piles of concrete. I tried lifting it, but it was too heavy. You were yelling, "Daddy's hurt, help Daddy." I pulled him away. Then there was another explosion. The rubble collapsed, but you
You can do this.
You died. My brave little boy. You were supposed to grow up and be a freelancer. Fall in love. Become a man. But you never did. Because I couldn't save you. Can you ever forgive me?
It's better if you forgive yourself.
How can I? Your father. He died the next day. They took him away. I never got to bury him. Or you.
None of it was your fault.
I loved both of you so much.
You can't blame yourself for this.
But how can this be? How are you here, all grown up? Can the anthem really do that? Kyla, what's happening?
I'm not Kyler. You thought I was, but I'm just a friend trying to help.
A friend? But you said you followed your dream. There was no better job in the world. That Dad would want us to spread his ashes together. All those adventures you had, the incredible things you'd seen.
Are you sure it's okay? Come on, your first solo long haul. You should be excited. I'll be gone a while. There's no guarantee that you'll show everyone you're amazing.
Matthias.
Hello, hello, hello.
Here's the manifold.
Ah, interesting. It's much smaller than expected, huh? Well, Joel's not gonna hurt it. Probably. Okay. This. This. And there. Okay. You hit that switch? Hit it again.
It's just me, or is nothing happening?
Okay, easy, easy. Let me see here. Yeah, this is here. Yeah, this is here. I mean, the connections are right. I know. There is this tried and true technique. Never fails to...
Matthias?
Well, this is... new. Incredible. Shove off, Hansi! What went awry? We struck the manifold. Manifold, definition, amplification, or multiplication. Oh, we've been multiplied? This is total scorp drop. Wait, this can't be multiplication. You're surly and I'm not. He cleaved in threes. What happened? Division. Of course. An inverse function of...
The manifold divided you.
I don't like this. Physical multiplication, psychic division. A personality split 3 ways. No! It's not what the manifold is supposed to do. We have to fix this.
The Dominion soldiers in the ruin, there were 3. Do you think the manifold affected them too?
3 Dominion soldiers? The same soldier.
I'm not sure.
We have to go check. Agreed. Any information will help. Wait! What are we supposed to do in the meantime?
Stay out of trouble?
But Trouble's my middle name. No, it's Errol. Guys, focus. It's Errol. Go. You're right, buddy. Oh.
Nadira?
Freelancer. My husband Leighton mentioned you saw him again.
We spoke. He told me about his past, what he did for the Dominion.
Pretty bad, I'm guessing.
It was, but he regrets all the pain he caused.
He still feels it. I don't know how to make it go away.
He talked about someone named Aurora. I think it's a woman he knew. Something bad happened to her.
Aurora?
That rings a bell?
I've seen the name. A briefing on an old Dominion operation. Details were sketchy. I'm trying to remember. I think it was called Prism Tacit. That was their code name for it.
Do you think Leighton was involved?
He must have been. But if I ask him, it'll get messy. I'm his wife now, not his debriefing agent. There's too much emotion involved.
That just means you care. Leighton's lucky he found you.
Who knew spying was the easy part? His marriage that takes training.
Can't help you there.
You've already done more than you had to. I appreciate it. We both do.
When I see Leighton again, I'll ask him about this Prism Tacit.
Thank you.
Hey, Max, got a minute?
Sure. This one's on the house, even. What do you need?
It's about Matthias Sumner.
Him again?
Actually, them now. There's, 3 of him.
All right, this I've got to hear. What did he do to himself?
There was a Shaper relic and things got weird. You know how it goes. They're completely different people from the guy who tore up your bar. Literally. Plus, they almost melted into goo because Summer couldn't get a drink.
No, I don't want to know more about Arcanist crap. You say they're going to behave themselves, I'll let them in. They break something, it's on your tab.
Thanks, Max. You're a gem.
Just don't spread it around. Can't have folks thinking I've gone soft.
Is it a regulator thing? You gotta act tough all the time?
No. I mean, back in Helios, I know regulators who are squishier than custard pies. But this isn't Helios. The frontier isn't civilized. You run a business out here, you better be armor-plated.
Are you from Helios? Or you just know people there?
Originally? No, family came from Fortuo, I guess. Only been there a couple of times, though. Smugglers don't tend to stay in one place for long. I was born on a strider, halfway between Bastion and the Mylands. Been all over, a couple times.
This bar's really worth enough to keep you here? I think you want to keep wandering.
I've been a lot of places, done a lot of things. Didn't expect to run a bar, but it's not so bad. I know people. I know all the supply lines, how all the money works, what wheels to grease. And I get to do it sitting in a comfortable chair inside sentinel-guarded walls, and nobody bats an eye. Plus, my wife likes it better when I keep regular hours, you know?
You still want to keep talking to me, huh?
Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment.
Hey, the thorniest flower smelled best.
Really? Weeds have thorns too.
But not my winning personality. Why do you think Faye sticks around?
I'm guessing you've got some secret charm only she knows about.
Ah, no secret. There's plenty for everyone. Though, truth is, Faye can't shake that day. Heart of Rage won't let her go. And well...
I don't think you're free of it either.
A lot of people died that day. People who counted on me.
Nothing you could do.
Still wonder. You pulled me out of there.
Alec, you would have died.
Yeah, I suppose. So Adair and Miller bought it instead. It's a fight that never ended. I still want my pound of flesh from that damn storm. Faye says we have a mutual hobby. I think we both just like having company.
It helps to have a shoulder to cry on.
Oh, you see tears in these eyes? Never. With Faye, it's what she heard. That storm messed with her head. So what's the harm in having company to share the misery?
Never getting past it?
What? You think I can't get by on charms and good looks? Old Halleck will be fine.